going to be writing down these word problems. We are not even going to be completely solving them. Instead, we're going to be doing that in-between step where we figure out what it is that we're supposed to do, aka make an equation, so that we could solve. Does that make sense, kind of?
No.
That's right, we're going to do them together. What do you need? Yes, that's fine. So your title should be Comparison Problems. Alright, so the question that we're looking at today says the bakery prepared 122 chocolate cupcakes and 639 vanilla cupcakes for the party. How many more vanilla cupcakes were made than chocolate? Read that one more time in your head. And then we are going to be writing an answer sentence. What should be my answer sentence? Archer, give it a go.
The bakery prepared way more cupcakes than chocolate.
Sure. We could say the bakery, if I'm writing, you're writing. Made, I could write prepared, that would be fine. Blank, more vanilla cupcakes than chocolate. I'm going to shorten chocolate. If you want to write the whole word, go for it. Cupcakes. You're wondering how Archer figured that out. He looked in just the question part. How many more vanilla cupcakes were made than chocolate? The bakery made blank more vanilla cupcakes. That word more is important. We know they made more vanilla. Duh, we can look at that and say, duh, they made way more vanilla. The question's not asking us which one had more. It wants to know how many more. Cool.
Is the title comparison?
Yes, the title is Comparison Problem. Thanks. Alright, we're going to draw some bars. I'm going to draw 2 bars. Why am I drawing 2 bars? Just because I like them?
No.
Why am I going to draw 2 bars? Avery?
Because there's 2 numbers.
There's 2 what?
There's 2 values.
What is my problem about? Is it about numbers?
2 cupcakes. It's about cupcakes.
Yeah, so there's 2
Comparison.
types of cupcakes. Alright, one of my bars is going to be longer than the other. Which type of cupcake is going to have the long bar? Paxton? Why? I'm going to put a V next to it. That's my vanilla. Paxton said that one's going to be larger because it had more cupcakes. It had 639.
We do this.
I know, that was a ton.
We do this.
No, we're not doing that. Come on. That means my other bar is going to be smaller than that. I'm going to line it right on up. But I'm only going to go about that far. Next to that bar, I'm going to put a C. Alright, why do you think I put a C next to that bar? Stands for chocolate. There were only 122 chocolate cupcakes made. As the bakery was making these cupcakes, there was a time when they had exactly the same number. Can you find that time when they had exactly the same number? It sounds like I'm asking for a time, but really I'm asking for the line of equality. Remember the line of equality? Go ahead and put your hands, those fingers maybe on the line of equality. So right there, they had equal number of chocolate cupcakes and vanilla cupcakes. But then what happened? Basically, they stopped making chocolate and made a whole bunch more vanilla.
Because everyone started wanting vanilla.
So at this point, I'm going to erase my 639.
For some reason, people like chocolate.
I'm just going to scoop mine over. Okay?
Do we do that?
At this point, they had 122. Do we see that? They're right on top of each other. They've got that line of equality. They had 22. I'm going to move my 639 right on top. I want to figure out the more. Do we see this bar right here that doesn't have anything in it?
Yeah.
Draw an arrow to that bar. That's the more. I'm going to erase that so you can actually read it. So when they were making cupcakes, there was a spot where they had exactly the same, that line of equality. They both flavors had 122. But then, they made a whole bunch more. How would I figure out how much more? So I have a couple of different strategies. I could start at 122. Go ahead and write that out to the side. And count on until I got to 639.
That would be way too hard.
What operation is counting on? What math symbol is that? Jordan? Addition. So I had 122 plus some more, and that got me to 639. Does that equation make sense?
Yeah.
I started at 122. I added on some more, mystery number more, and got to 639. Is there another equation I could build? Emma, what do you think? Yeah, I can say, okay, well, here's my total. I know there's 639 vanilla cupcakes. I'm going to take away the part that is the same. Because if I take away my 122, all that will be left is this mystery number. Are we writing? Because I'm not convinced we are. Are there questions about how we figured that out? So far, so good? Avery, you okay? You good? Let's try another one. I don't care. Just line. There were a lot of invitations sent out. 322 adults and 280 children came to the party. Wow, that's a lot of people. How many more adults than children were at the party? Read that one more time. See if we can come up with our answer sentence. 122. How many more adults than children? There. I'm writing, you're writing. Are blank, or a cabbage, more adults than children. Alright, we've got two different groups we're thinking about. We're thinking about adults, and we're thinking about children. I'm going to draw my bar to represent my adults? Should that be a big bar or a little bar? Raise your hand to tell me. I'm going to draw a bar to represent adults. Should that be a big bar or a little bar? You with me, Ava? Because I'm not convinced. Lydia, do you think it's going to be a big bar or a little bar?
A big bar, not just because we want it that way. It's because there are more adults than children that came to the party.
Yeah, there's more adults than children. Colby, I labeled that bar A. Why did I put an A next to that bar? For adults. Lydia told us there was more adults. Our problem tells us that 322 adults showed up. Now I'm going to draw a bar for children. Is our children bar going to be the exact same size? No, it's going to be smaller. Mason, why is our children bar smaller?
It's not the same value.
It's not the same value. It's a smaller value. There's only 280. Actually, I'm going to scoot it over a little bit more.
Yeah, it is.
280.
22.
There was a moment at that party where the number of adults was equal to the number of children.
What is?
Draw the line where it was exactly the same.
The line of equality.
The line of equality.
I need to
From this line to this line. I'm going to erase my 322 because that's not right. From this line to this line, there was exactly the same amount of adults and children. Go into thinking. But I know that there was more than that. Draw your arrow at the more section. Draw your arrow to the more section. All right, this is the part where you pick up your pencil and you draw your arrow to the more section. It's right here. Now, I erased my 322. That's still important information. This whole adult bar is 322. I'm just going to move it above. That way I can still see it. Now the tricky part. I figured out at one point there was exactly 280 adults, 280 kids. But more than that of adults showed up. What equation helps me figure that out? This is the hard part. Now I gotta put our story into math language. Marley, you wanna give it a go?
280 plus 352.
280 plus all my adults?
Minus 300.
Minus all my adults? Let's think about what these numbers mean. We can start with 280. That's right here. How do I figure out this part? I got 280. That's this part. Maya, I need you paying attention. Cole, you want to go for it?
280 plus blank equals 322.
If I start with my 280, and then I add whatever my more is, the mystery number, I know I will get my total number of adults. Does that make sense? So 280, because I know I have at least 280 of them, plus mystery number is equal to my total number, 322. Let's make it a subtraction problem. When I subtract, I start with all of the things. Paxton, you want to give it a go? 322, beautiful. Now, Paxton, I will tell you that I am not good at minusing blank. So this is a solid equation. I'm just going to do this time.
That's what
I'm going to switch those parts. 322 minus box equals 280 is correct. It's just hard for my brain. Does that make sense? Are you with us? Because Maxon's over here being genius. From here, you can do a number line problem or strategy. You can do the black hole strategy. You can do whatever you want. You can count on from 280. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Flip page.
I named that.
Mom is baking cookies for party. She baked 212 chocolate chip cookies and 481 sugar cookies. How many fewer chocolate chip cookies were baked? Read that problem one more time and be ready to tell me an answer sentence.
Baked blank more sugar cookies than chocolate chip cookies.
Is that what the question's asking? Yikes. It's not asking how many more sugar cookies.
Mom.
This is a little trickier. It's wild that like all my tables in the front row raising their hand and all my tables back there, with the exception of Jordan and Cole, are just chilling.
Mom baked blank fewer chocolate chip cookies.
Way to stick with it, Cole or Connor, excuse me. Yeah, Mom, I'm writing your writing. Baked. This time we're talking about the word fewer. Still important. Blank fewer. Choco chip. Mom, baked. Blank fewer choco chip. Why are you calling it choco chip? That's what that's like, Lisa.
Just let her do it.
I'm just being silly. Alright, we need some bars. How many bars do I need for this problem? Raise your hand to tell me. Samaya, how many bars do I need for this problem? Why? Do what? Do what? Yeah, there's only two kinds of cookies. One of my cookie bars is going to be bigger than the other. Brogan, which one's going to be the big bar? The sugar cookies are the big bar. Brogan, I heard you saying there's 481. I'm going to write that in my bar, 481. Now I need that other kind of cookie. The Chocos. Choco Chippies. Choco Chippies is a little bit lower. My problem tells me she only baked 212.
That's half of that.
Now there was a time when she was baking that they were exactly the same. Put your fingers on the bars where they had the exact same number in each cookie type. Oh, Paxton, brilliant. I see Paxton's got his fingers on there. Art's got his fingers on his notebook. So Marley, perfect. That line of equality.
Line of equality.
So at one point, there was 212 Choco Chippies and 212 sugar.
Choco Chippies.
I'm moving my 481 to the top so that I can rewrite that there was 212 sugar cookies. Now, we know there was more than 212, right, Ava? But at one time, there was the exact same number. Now, Connor, this is where it gets tricky. Because we got tricked earlier. Are we trying to find the more? No. Cole, we gotta find the fewer. Where is fewer? Where is fewer? We know that more is right here. This would be the more box. 212 plus some more. Where is fewer? As what do you think? What does fewer mean? That might be helpful. No. Do you know what fewer means? Okay. Where is it on our bar? It's not where the 212 is. We've got a couple of different spots. Are we talking about here? Nope, that is where the more is. We have 212 plus some more. Archer, what do you think? Avery, what do you think?
Is it go on the other side, this side of the thing?
This side? Nope. Art, what do you think?
The fewer is on the left for the 212.
Over here?
No, over there.
Over here?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Let me explain it to you this way. Let me get my marker a different color, make it a little bit easier. Come on now. Okay. If I were to have the exact same number of sugar cookies as chocolate chip cookies, my line of equality would be here. Right? But we know it's not really there because we don't have that many chocolate chip cookies. We have mystery box right here. Yes. Those cookies don't exist. They're sad face. That gap, that's what this is, the space from being the same amount of sugar is our fewer. So we're going to draw a line to that space. It's not even a box, it's just space that says fewer. Now there's a couple of ways I can think about this. If I think about it kind of like RX and said, okay, well, if I had the same number, that big bar, I would say 481 minus my sad box right here, because I don't actually have that many, minus box, because I actually have 212. So I had 481 if they were the exact same. I'm going to minus some of them to get to how much I actually have. Could I write that as an addition?
Yes.
So want to give it a try? What might that look like if I wanted to try addition? Look at your part home. Find your parts. Ava?
212
212
equals 481.
Here's a part. Here's a part. When I put those two parts together, I get my whole. Beautiful, Ava. Nice. Nice. All right, we got one more we're going to work on. Last one. During the party, if you need to turn the page, that's fine. If you need to just draw a line, that's fine. There's plenty of room on that page for only stop. Also write on the backs of the paper. During the party, there were 783 pictures taken and 154 selfies.
What's the difference between pictures and selfies?
A picture, I go like this, and I take it of you. A selfie, I hold it at my face, and I take it at my pretty face.
Oh.
There's 783 pictures taken and 154 selfies. How many fewer selfies were taken? Read that problem one more time. Go ahead and write an answer sentence. You're writing. All right, Addison, what could be our answer sentence? There were blank fewer selfies taken. If you have something similar to that or that exact one, awesome. There were blank fewer selfies taken. We've had that conversation a lot. You know the answer to that question. All right, Jordan, we need some bars. How many bars do you think I'm going to need?
2.
Why?
Because there are 2 different kinds of pictures. There are pictures of selfies.
Yeah, I have 2 different kinds of pictures. I got pictures and I got selfies. Colby, one of these I had a whole lot of. That means I need a big bar. Which one had a whole lot? Pictures. That's going to be my big bar. I'm going to label it P for pictures. And inside, I'm going to write 783 because that's how many pictures there were. Ava, I need another bar for selfies. Is that one going to be the same size, smaller, or bigger?
It's going to be smaller.
How did you figure that out, Ava?
Because there is fewer selfies.
Yeah, there's fewer. S for selfie. Our problem tells us there was only 154. Now we need to figure out, okay, where were they the same number? Okay, where were these pictures and selfies at the exact same number? Avery, what are we looking for?
The last line that it takes like 150. The line of equality.
Yeah, we're looking for that line of equality right here where the bars are exactly the same size. That means they have the same number. Now, were there only 154 pictures taken? No, pictures, not selfies. No, there's way more. But at one time, there was only 154. At one time. We know that really 783 got taken. Now the tricky part. Fewer. Where is the fewer amount? That's tricky. Where is fewer? Texan, I saw you doing some lines of equality there. Where is fewer?
On the bottom.
Yeah, so I saw Paxton. I'm going to change my marker again. He started saying, okay, well, if they're here and they're equal, then this section right here is where it's missing. I wish the number of selfies was all the way over here. They were totally equal, 783 of them. Right, Connor? Mm-hmm. But it's not. So this sad space with nothing, that is my fewer. We didn't have any selfies there. It didn't make it all the way up to that total of 783. It stopped short. Now the tricky part. Second tricky part. What math equation matches how I can figure it out? Jordan?
154.
Okay, Jordan's going to start right here at my selfies. 154 plus this mystery box right here.
Equals 780.
gets me to that line of equality, 783. I could start with my selfies and count on mystery number to get to the end total of 783. I could do that. How else could I solve it? Go on.
Marco.
Say that again.
Marco's strategy.
Okay, give me the equation. You gotta have an equation in order to do that kind of strategy.
783 minus 154.
Yeah, I could start at my end total. Alright, I want them to be here, 783. Minus mystery equals how much they actually have, 154. Bowen said, I'm not good at subtracting boxes, so he already switched them. 783 minus 154 equals box. Alright, I hope we are writing because I did a whole lot of writing there. These are tricky. I know that. That's why we do the bars, so that you can kind of make sense of what's happening. The bars are there to help you. They're not going to solve it, but it'll help you figure out what equation you need to do. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So far, so good?
Yep.
Your homework tonight, you're going to be looking at some bars and figuring out what would be the equation. Nothing.